Man, this right here, the Lord is starting to wake Jake up. I can't say it any other way that the Lord is starting to really wake Jacob up. There's no other way to say it. All right? When we out there prophesying, the Most High is pushing his spirit upon Jake. He's force feeding Jake. Jake is now standing up against the oppressors, okay, aka the colonizers, aka the Edomites, okay, aka the gentrifiers, okay, with with like an authoritative way, okay, because we don't really necessarily own anything, but they're stepping up to them, and what I mean by we don't own anything, we're in a captivity, okay? According to the scriptures, we're in a captivity, all right? Even though you may own a business and things of that nature, according to the scriptures, we are in captivity, okay? When you bring from one land to another, even though you're raised up there, you're still a captive, okay? So we're captives with benefits, so to speak. As we're starting to see the tensions build up, here in NYC, there's more tensions being built up in the middle of the pandemic, in the middle of where we had the whole presidential situation, the election. See, there's a spirit that's going out. All right, There's a spirit that's being pushed out there. All right. So that this is going on, man. This is going on, and then. Salakia, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem B'Kakudash. Double honor to the apostles of GMS and salutations to all. Yahweh is the Heavenly Father's name. That is who you call the Most High God. That is his name in the Hebrew, okay? That's the language of the heavens, all right? Can't argue with that. That's the original language. Research it, look it up. Ba'Shem, in the name, Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. All right, there was no J's. Okay, 500 years ago, his name is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai. All right. So, listen. Genesis chapter 49. This is a prophecy. This was Genesis 49:1. And Jacob called Jacob. All right. So you might hear say, Jacob is interchangeable with Israel. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We are the Israelites that were scattered abroad. That is just your nationality. Okay, you're not black. The Lord is starting to bring us together, and He's causing us to come together through the whipping stick, the oppressor, okay, Esau. Okay, and now we're starting to, come together, but we have to come together on one accord inside the Lord's statutes and commandments, which is the proper way to come together, okay? In decency and in order. All right, not to come together, in any other manner, all right? So Genesis 49:1, it says, and Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves that I may tell you which shall before you in the last days. So in the last days, he was telling them things that will happen in the last days. Now the last days would be the end times of pretty much in this world. All right, when the Most High made it, He set everything in the timeline. And the biggest measurement was in the book of Esdras, where it says, Esau shall be the end of the world, and Jacob shall be the beginning that followeth. All right, so the end time that we're in is where Esau is the end of the world. He's the ruler. And who are the Edomites? The so-called whites. All right, those who you see in rulership, those are the Edomites. That is their nationality. That's their nation. All right. So what's going to happen before in the last days? All right. We're going to deal with Judah, the southern kingdom. All right. Specifically, more so, keening in on so-called Negroes. All right. Now we're scattered abroad, so Judah could be other places, but keening in more so on the so-called Negroes. It says, Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey, my son, thou art going up. He stooped down, he crouched down as a lion, as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? So what has been rousing us up, what has been making us more conscious is the oppression. The oppression has made us more conscious. The oppression has made us change our diet. The fact that we were being oppressed, it has made us look into the different foods. It has made us research the different foods. You know, the oppression has woken us up to, oh, now we got to eat like this, or we got to maneuver like this, or we need to own this. You know, start pushing into more ownership. You hear Jake speaking about, you know, about getting an LLC, starting businesses, and you know, stop buying all of these expensive things, and you know, buying to yourself, buying to your communities. You know, what is waking that up? What woke us up was the oppression that even no matter how much we bought from them, we were never going to be treated or well respected by them. So now in this video, all right, we shared out through the spirit by the brothers of the Shepherd of Berea camp. Shalom to you, Akim. Okay, we're going to see here in New York City, all right, in New York City, with this area that is, okay, because I'm from New York City, a very gentrified area, okay, and dealing with, especially in that Bed-Stuy area, okay? So right now, you're going to have a lot of different individuals that, listen. These people have no choice. You ain't got no choice. You might have said, nah, I got a couple cool white friends and this, that, and third. After you watch this video, you're going to feel away because the Most High is bringing it that way. He's bringing it that way, and he's going to do it more and more. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to play it, you know, and going from there. Let's do this.
Fuck you and throw a middle finger to a kid. After he tried to hit me for the third time, I what fuck you and throw a middle finger to a kid. After he tried to hit me for the third fuck you and throw a middle finger to a kid. After he tried to hit me for the third time, I what you try to hit you? To an 8-year-old kid? You're defending yourself to an 8-year-old kid? Yeah. Are you serious? After he tried to hit me for the third time. An 8-year-old kid? You want to curse an 8-year-old kid out? If he was a white kid, would you do that? Yes, would you not say that to a little white kid? Absolutely. Absolutely. Where do you get this? Where do kids get this barbaric information from that you can come in my community and talk to our kids like that? Right? Because he's riding a motorcycle, a toy. He's riding a toy in your community, right? Where do they ride bikes at? On the street. Okay, but guess what? This is our community. This is their playground. You understand? This is their playground. Community, and that's rude. Excuse me? You're implying that I'm not a part of the community. Y'all came here on the gentrification. This is where we born and raised. All our life. This is our backyard. We don't have backyard. Your neighborhood. I started spending money in your community. I started supporting your community. I am sorry that what do money have to do with character? What do money have to do with character? That's an 8-year-old kid. If his mother was here, y'all would be fighting. And you threatening her child. Your son incredibly poor character, and now that he threatened a woman 3 times. How? How did he threaten you? You think that a child can't get hurt on that bike or how did he threaten you? How did he threaten you? By going next to me on the sidewalk at a fast speed without any disregard for what he deliberately did that. He deliberately did that. How? As I just said, tearing around the block without looking what he's doing, without seeing how fast people are walking next to him, without seeing how close they are. You know what's sad? In a different day and time, things would be different. That's what.
You know, that was just something hard discussing his stomach through. You know, as you can see, she flipped the middle finger up and cursed out the kids. That's an 8-year-old kid. It could be anybody, y'all kids, for riding on the sidewalk next to her where she felt threatened because she felt like he could have hit her. You know, and she said he did it 3 times, and that she spends money in this neighborhood, and she feels like, oh, she's playing, you know, as one thing about Esau. They always play the victim role. That is from Cain. Oh, how can I be? This is too much for me to bear. That's not fair. I'm going to be a fugitive and a vagabond. You know, Esau. Jacob has supplanted me. This is not fair. They play the victim role. You know, you Edomites are going to go into, y'all going to go into, man, thus saith the Bible, you Edomites, y'all, what y'all gonna go through, I can't even explain for out. The Lord says it's gonna be double. So whatever y'all count from the slavery, from the bad food, from stuff like this, you cursing out kids, y'all gonna get double. All right, the Most High is gonna judge this nation, and that day it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. All right, but more or less, the key point I was bringing out was that this brother right here actually was standing up here to check and rebuke these Edomites, because now that spirit is on Jake to be stepping in and seeing things more so than ever, you know. But this spirit, all right, is what the Most High is doing. Now this means that Jake, we can't let nothing slide, even amongst our own gang activity. What I mean by that is all of the beefs, all of the little drama, that stuff got to be squashed. That got to be deaded, because now you must know that when they want to say, oh, you're out, you're claiming the community, and lifting it up to a certain standard for where to be, these Edomites, you got to remember, these guys, these are the same little individuals who will throw devices in there, as far as devices of the different poison that we gravitate to, and then point the finger. That's why I say the accuser of our brethren. They'll point the finger or put the bottle to your mouth and then point out about your nakedness. About how look at what you're doing. So this is why the standard got to be set up. But the standard that is already set up, and let's get it. Let's get what the standard is going to be. All right. This is Isaiah 13:2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. The banner is the Bible. That's the standard that we all got to be at. Okay. It says exalt the voice to them. The high mountain is the government. And we exalting the voice, rebuking. More of our people are going to be doing that. They're going to speak out and rebuke this society due to all this unfair treatment. Because a lot of our people, whether they be entertainers and up there in the world or, got different businesses and so on and so forth, they experienced the differences. They experienced all of the oppression and the different levels of oppression that, we may not have experienced, so to speak, because, we didn't get that close to them. We didn't do much business with them. We deal with oppression in our neighborhoods and the lack of the same opportunities that's being shown. But you have individuals who work more up close in person and, have been felt, more of a direct, the actual attacks, actual attacks. So it says, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. Point them into the right direction, right? But see, once again, we got to set the standard. And the standard that has to be set is according to what? The law, statutes, and commandments. What are the Bible? Because when we do that, when we set our standard like that, trust, ain't no loopholes that they could point out and say. Ain't nothing that they could say. Ain't no dirt that they can have or say or be like, oh, well, y'all doing this or y'all doing that. Or y'all being, no. This is the standard of how it is in this area when you come in here. And if you ain't, and if you don't respect that, then get out and go. And that's ultimately why the Lord is going to set us up. But this is what's going on. This is Isaiah chapter 10, verse verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, so it's going to be a small portion of individuals, all right, of Israel, which you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, those scattered abroad, right, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, shall no more stay upon him that smite him. That smite them. Now, who have smite us, okay? This is talking about what? This is talking about the so-called white people, okay, that has us in captivity. Yeah, they're the ones that smite us. They've been smiting us since what? Since even before this time, even during the time of the Grecian Empire, but slavery, and then so on to this day. So we're not going to no longer stay upon what? This government, this system that's ran by these Edomites, okay, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel in truth. So we're going to stay upon the Yahweh Bashim Yahushua in truth. All right. What? The truth is his word. Okay. That is what's true. Okay. It is truly right. The truth is the truth. All right. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God. So that is what the Most High is doing. He's returning the remnant back unto him. But in order for us to be turned back unto him, we got to see that the partnership that we had, who you trusted to be your lover, who you wanted to do business with, who you felt like, oh no, they'll bring more value to the community. You got to see that they're grimy. You got to see that they burnt you. You got to see that they are violent. You got to see how much they violate. You got to see the violation being done unto you, so you know, nah, I can't deal with these people. And that, you know what, we got to find something that we can lean upon. I don't want to deal with their system. I don't want to deal with their law. I don't want to deal with them because they just crooked. You know, and then we have to what? That we got to turn unto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You see, because now our people want to, you know, we're going to come together and do everything, but we have to come together. What the Lord says and stay upon Him. Okay, so that's the turning back that the Most High is causing, and ultimately it's going to be a remnant because most of our people, they do want to gather together, but they don't want to be gathered together inside of this Bible, inside of this truth. They don't want that because they want to deal with being wicked, but they just don't want to deal with these Edomites. Okay, but they still want to do what they want to do, you know, which isn't the way the Lord is setting this thing up. All right, the Most High want us to do His law, statutes, and commandments. All right, now the law, statutes, and commandments is written inside of this Bible, and ultimately, this is what we got to seek and hope to do. We got to understand that the law, statutes, and commandments is better for us. You got to acknowledge that it is a betterment for you. You know, and performing it is what is life. You know, that's what give you life. That is what give you life. You know, an ease of mind. You know, that sets you at peace. You understand? This is what the Most High have created us to follow and do. All right? Now, this is Jeremiah chapter 30, and I'll read for verse 7. At last, for that day is great, so that is none like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right? And we, now, listen, again, going back into Jacob being you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, that's the key bulk of Jacob. Right? We're scattered abroad. You got parts of us in China, different lands of Africa, could be different all over the world. All over the world, okay? But the time of Jacob's trouble is now being set forth at hand with a lot of the buildup of this tension, the virus, you know, job loss. You know, there's going to be a mass anarchy that's about to befall this place. But the Lord said He's going to save him out of it. That remnant, again, meaning what? The remnant is what? When you a remnant, when you look at the word, is dealing with a small amount. A small amount. So the Lord has a small amount of individuals who He deems worthy, okay, to be saved. Now, verse 8 says, for it shall come to pass that in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break His yoke from off thy neck. Whose yoke will He break from off our neck? We are in contract with who? Who has a bondage on us? Who has a social security number on us? Who has a birth certificate on us? We have to provide we want to leave the country, a passport to? Who we got to show, oh yeah, I don't have COVID-19, I can be able to travel the world. You know, who's making the rules where, yeah, you got to wear mask on when you walk inside the restaurant, but as soon as you sit down, you can take it off. You know, who's making up the rules that we have this bond on you where you have to follow through with? All right? And that is the wicked. Okay? So that day is coming where the Lord is going to break it off that neck, but that's when the Lord is going to collapse His society. It says, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of Him. All right? So a lot of our people are looking forward to get out of having to deal with this system, having to deal with Esau themselves. Okay? But at the end of the day, we're going to have to serve something. All right? Verse 9, but they shall serve the Lord their God, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. So that is how it's going to be. And this is ultimately what the elect is looking for. Okay? The elect is dealing with election being chosen. All right? Listen, this is God's movie. He calls the cast. He chooses who's going to play the roles. So He has already chosen individuals, all right, that He ordained, okay, and there's nothing that anybody could do about it, all right, but I'm just, we just showing you through the Spirit that you have Jake waking up, all right, so He's causing this. This is His show. This is His movie. He's causing y'all to wake up in the last days. All right? The bonds is going to be broken. It's in your mind that oh man, the injustices. Now they're legalizing, marijuana here and there and setting up different dispensaries and people are able to sell it and grow it and make oils out of it and do all of these wonderful things. But when you did it or you had it, you was getting locked up, felonies and all of these different charges. So now you see the, the inequality, the injustices that what it was. And, ultimately you're seeing that this system is wicked. This system is, like, it's unfair. It doesn't favor you. So now you're like, damn, if this place doesn't favor me, where can I go to be favored? But there's a whole nother thing that the Most High is creating where it does favor you, okay, within righteousness. And I'll say that again, within righteousness, okay? It does favor you. And that's what the Most High has been setting up, man. All right? But he has our people waking up in these different manners, man. All right? And it says, therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. Ain't nobody gonna stop your kids and curse them out. You gotta worry about somebody calling the cops and, telling you hands up and, don't move because you don't want to be shot and all of this stuff that you see here. We ain't gonna be put back into cargo slave ships and have to worry about this or worry about somebody stealing something from you. And nah, the Most High is gonna take us from out of land of that captivity, and where we was brought captives is America. All right, so Jake is waking up. And again, as I say, Jacob, dealing with you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. All right. Waking up, especially being here in the Americas and other places we're scattered in, but we're waking. Our people is waking up to the oppression, all right, and ultimately, the Most High is going to fully deliver us from out of this society. It ain't gonna be nothing we're gonna possibly do. We're gonna pray, okay. We're gonna build, all right, within the righteous spirit, all right, and keep pushing out this word, okay. This word and this truth, all right? And that's ultimately what the Lord is doing. His spirit, the Most High spirit, calls him to do that, as it says in Joel, all right? The Most High spirit is being poured out, through the mouth of his prophets. You understand? Joel 2:28, and it shall come to pass that afterward I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. See, the Lord is starting to pour that spirit out, man. Jake is growing out their beard. All right, Jake is some Jakes, they're not even getting shape ups no more. A lot of Jakes growing out their hair, their beard. They coming into starting things on their own. Whether it be different businesses, they're not really trying to lean on their oppressor no more. All right, they're trying to do things for themselves. All right, but that is what the Most High is pouring their spirit out on. So when this truth comes in and they hear this word, they know that, what? Yeah, that's it, man. They don't want to deal with white Jesus no more. They don't want to deal with the organized churches no more. All right? It says, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. And your young men shall see visions. And with that being said, all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, right? Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakwadash, right? So with that being said, Shalom.